So yeah, I want it to be a Ranger podcast, but I also want to do like the big hockey news. Like today, the GM from the Penguins quit suddenly.
No.
Citing personal problems, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, maybe it is actually personal problems. I mean, they're not doing that poorly. I don't see why he would have.
Well, the last guy who Penguins GM Jim Rutherford resigns abruptly, citing personal issues. So, the last time they had one of the why is NHL for some reason so hush hush like their fucking intelligence services
with everything,
upper body injury, lower like we just saw him break his arm. We know what's happening, guys.
Yeah. First of all, they got it wrong on the broadcast too.
Like they say,
they
said knee. I remember that
knee collision. I mean, the guy's bending over. He's clutching his arm, right? And he's like, and Sam Rosen's still saying it's lower body knee. But that's a whole that's a big thing with the betting thing, right? Like they want to be into the betting, the gambling, right?
Yeah.
They want to get into that shit. They want to.
You need to have information.
Much more a bigger revenue stream and everything. You got to release the information, right? The betting world needs that information. They can't just go on, you know.
I mean, they give a timetable and shit.
Timetable, I guess, right? But they don't even release a lot of the coaches aren't releasing the lineups until like 10 minutes before the game. Who's gonna fucking drop any money?
Wow, I gotta look into it. Did the lines
There is a rule, bro. There is. I don't know about that, but there is a rule in the NFL, right? There's a deadline for the.
There's a deadline, and I think that like for the injury report, like they keep it. They want you to be honest with the injury report, like
concise, honest, right? Like
because that's all it's got to do is gambling.
And I'm sure there's like ramifications if you don't.
But even like NFL, they have questionable, probable, doubtful. Questionable is like 50-50.
Right. Yeah, I remember when I used to play fantasy like ages ago. I hated that.
So questionable is like coin toss. Probable he's going for sure.
Yeah.
But even sometimes they have people that are questionable that are definitely going too, and they keep them as questionable.
Right, like it's a Belichick move.
Yeah, he plays games.
He plays
like
little
that.
mind games, yeah.
So the thing you were talking about with the guy who has an upper body injury is, what's his first name? Philip Hedl.
Right.
Who's 21. George loves him.
I've loved him since the day we drafted him.
He's playing. He's been playing well.
Absolutely. Like I saw flashes of it. Like we were watching the games a lot, pretty intently last year together. We would like comment back and forth. Yeah. He showed a lot of flashes last year. Like he's got the hands. He's got these skates really well. He's got
good
IQ, everything. He's young, bro. He's 21, 22 years old.
He looked better this year.
And he's playing the center position. He's not a winger. So, that's it's kind of like defense where you have a lot of responsibilities and they're not going to give you so many until they can trust you. Anyway, this year, he was really in the first 5 games stepping into his own. He was probably the best player on the team.
I mean, they all look like shit pretty much.
Everybody, yeah, so
let's talk about what we want with this podcast to be.
Okay.
We want it to be probably 60% Rangers, and then the rest, big NHL news.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'm into that.
Yeah. So, if a big trade goes down, whatever, that's not a Ranger trade,
Absolutely, because if we're going to do this weekly, I mean, sure, there's going to be, with the schedule the way it is, there's going to be 3 to 4 games a week, but I don't like just recapping games. It's freaking boring. If you watch a post-game show, I turn it off. I can't do it. So I'd rather.
I don't watch the post game either.
I can't. I mean, Valley is okay. Valiquette, the goalie. He's all right because he gets into the underlying numbers, the metrics. He's good. He's not boilerplate. But it gets boring, bro. After a while, to be honest with you. So there's a lot of stories out there. I mean, I would even get into today, for instance, the Barstool thing. It's hockey related.
I wanted to make my own video about that.
All right, we can get into it a little bit now, and then you can go into depth.
Hell yeah.
But stuff like that, that's interesting.
The Barstool thing, you do it just because it's Barstool and you're going to get some clicks from that. But also, I'm a Barstool fan. You're a Barstool fan. I love
it, yeah. And we both said, we were texting each other, we love the CEO that's getting all the heat.
Dude. Honestly, I wish I could work for somebody like that.
Right. She's super
chill, and she's sharp as fuck.
Sharp, very sharp, yeah. The moves she makes. I mean, he was. I don't know if you saw Portnoy's post today.
Yeah, his emergency press conference.
Right. Yeah, he said how she has not single-handedly, obviously, but since she got there, it went from a $15 million company to a $1 billion company.
Yeah, they scaled huge.
Right. They did the joint venture with the betting and stuff like that.
Before she was at Barstool, she was this chief marketing officer for AOL. She's a fucking legit executive.
Right, and she loves sports and she loves hockey. And she was a big supporter of the women's hockey, right?
Yeah, the NWHL.
And and Deadspin decided to do this kill piece on her, right? I mean, like...
Well, what happened was she got clipped. A couple of the journalists, I guess, that cover NWHL were, like, saying that they don't think that Barstool should be
right
in covering this or helping the NWHL to get more eyeballs on it, which, honestly, nobody would fucking give a flying fuck about it. Let's be real clear.
Obviously, yeah.
And I'm a libtard. Nobody would give a shit.
I'm for it, bro, because I love women's soccer because it's way better. The women's team is a way better team in soccer, right? So if they could bring a product, something like the way the women's soccer it's a national soccer team. This is a league we're talking about. And, the WNBA hasn't done so well over the years.
No, but it's around.
But it's sustaining itself, And this is not the first iteration of a women's hockey league. It's not the first time they've done it, I think.
No, I read something about, like, they had another league that kind of went belly up or it's not paying people, some, like, real major
right,
issues.
But they're going the NHL route where they're not looking like... They're not seeing, like, the forest through the trees. Like, it's a big fish. If you can get Barstool behind you, why the hell wouldn't you?
Free press. Like,
free. She wants to be an owner of a team or something, too?
Bro, and Spittin' Chicklets was fucking, pumping their... pumping their tires about it, too. Not for money. Like, they were just doing it to help, genuinely help. And then they come out and say, like... And then the Deadspin hit piece. After Nardini... They made some video... for her podcast that was saying, like, like kind of like a half shitting on these journalists that said they don't need Barstool, but it wasn't like that crazy at all. Like, you can watch the video, it's not that bad.
Right.
And then the Deadspin article came out. Boy, I don't know if it's a woman or a guy. I don't know the name.
I didn't look to see if it was. You want to go look at it? The article came out, but did anything provoke it? Like, what did something happen? Like, was there a partnership?
No, she's just cool with that girl Babstock. I don't know what her name is. Something Babstock. She's one of the best players in the NWHL.
Yeah, I know. She has them on the show. She hosts the podcast.
She sweats hockey. She plays mad hockey and shit.
They do a charity game, where she participates in it, and
So basically, they did this. Where's this fucking video? I gotta scroll.
A video with who?
This is the video responding to the couple of.
Right. Well, you know what? With Portnoy, with what he said was, it's not even just the Deadspin article. Forget Deadspin, right? Deadspin's like,
this is it.
It's a bankrupt company, this and that. It's that nobody supported her.
WHL having any relationship or affiliation or association or connection to me or Barstool Sports would be a terrible thing. There is so far to go in terms of getting eyeballs, bringing money to the sport, bringing fans to the sport, creating awareness of the sport. If you seek to kill or silence or essentially shun anyone who's new, it's never going to work. Personally, I don't know why my effort is a bad thing. I also think it's interesting to see some of the people in women's hockey who I have had great conversations with turn on Twitter and just pretend that none of that occurred. I'm not going to go anywhere. I'm going to root for them every single day. And I hope more people do too. And I hope eventually that they see that more people and more eyeballs on the sport and more enthusiasm for the sport is a really good thing.
Everybody knows I want to buy a team. You want to help me buy a team? Email me, Erica@barstoolsports.com.
Right.
Yeah, dude, it doesn't get... She's the shit. Like, and I listen to her podcast. She's smarter than fucking 99% of people out there.
And look at what she posted, right? She got... They posted a hit piece on her, and she came back with, like, look at the response.
This is before the hit piece.
Oh, this was before
These are just from these people that were tweeting.
Oh, okay.
They wrote this. Like, she said this in her article, in her podcast, and, like, there's an accompanying video. I'll put it on our video. And then Deadspin came out with their hit piece, basically shitting on Barstool. Like, doing, like, the old tropes, like Barstool's super fucking racist. Right. Which, racist? Shut up. Like, Portnoy one time, he was singing a Ja Rule song. And he said the N-word as singing the song, and they said they brought it up like last year,
right,
from 4 years ago.
All right, well, let's not go down a rabbit hole on this.
No, I'm just gonna bring
You're gonna do a whole 2 hours.
No, I'm not gonna do one.
It's not a bad topic to do. I mean, but
I was planning on doing one today. Then my dad came, and I did a podcast with my dad.
Right. And
I was also gonna do one about GameStop.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out what the hell happened there, but.
I mean, we got to keep it on hockey. Hold on. It's just such, like, petty bullshit. But anyway, whatever. Deadspin shot out a hit piece. And then, the rest of Barstool basically came back and was like, fuck you.
Right.
Erica's the shit.
Right. Yeah.
And I mean, NWHL, dude. I like hockey, right? I've gotten more into hockey the last couple of years. The only time I've ever heard about women's hockey is on Barstool.
It's on Barstool, right? Yeah, me too.
That's
it. It's not on
Spittin'
ESPN,
Chicklets
right? Spittin'
or
Chicklets, right?
Nardini.
Absolutely, yeah.
So if you want to grow the game and make it self-sufficient, where these journalists can get paid too to cover it, and the players can get paid better, or I don't even think they get paid now.
You see, that's the thing. I mean, you
got to grow the game.
You need to embrace the people that are going to put you on their platforms.
And think about
Barstool's a huge platform.
Right. Think about how much it costs to advertise on Barstool, right? Like,
right.
They're
I have no idea, but I can't imagine.
Thousands of dollars of free
press, right? Just
positive press.
Just because they love your product and because they want to support you, they've not. Anyway. Besides, we're obviously Team Barstool.
The problem is, like, the most of hockey Twitter for some reason is super SJW.
Yeah, we can get into that too.
I'm okay with it. I don't give a shit.
Making enemies.
I mean, listen, if I think I like Barstool, so out of the gate, they're gonna think we're fucking, racist pieces of shit. Right. Meanwhile, I have another show called The Daily Taco. That's a political show. I am definitely not right wing.
Yeah, we know.
No, this is like.
No, I know for general, yeah.
So like I get certain cultural issues, sure, but like going after a sports comedy blog is trash, dude. It's such bullshit.
I feel like the people that are commenting negatively against Barstool probably don't know in full. Like, we've been following them for a long time since they were smaller, right? Yeah. Because we had started another podcast around the time when Barstool was growing, right? Yeah. When they weren't what they are now, but they were big enough.
No, they were just in Boston.
And we were looking at they were in Boston only, right? And we were looking at their model, and we just loved what they were doing. We've been following them ever since, and we know what they put out there. Mm-hmm. Sure, some of it's raunchy, this and that. It's
comedy.
It's comedy. I mean, you can't be so PC all the time. And if you do become like that, if you become super sensitive, you don't see the bigger picture. You don't see what the positives were behind her messages and having them on the podcast and promoting their sport. So. Anyway, I just think that's just the world we're living in now, the social media world.
People are pussies.
People love to blow things up.
Like, I'll call it what it is. Like, people just like being pussies. They like being scared. I don't like Barstool's not racist. If Barstool was really racist, I get the beef there. Okay,
right. Yeah,
they're not. Like, no. I'm a Portnoy fan. Like, I don't give a fuck. He went and interviewed Trump. Like, who gives a shit?
Right. No.
Anyway, I'm a fucking libtard. If they were like, hey, come to the White House and interview Trump. I'm going to the White House to interview Trump, even though I hated him or whatever. Right. You know? Like, you go there, you do the thing. You're a media company.
He's a content whore. Like, that's what he does. He has to generate
why
content.
He's rich.
That's why. Look at my feed is like, it's only one thing I follow, but it's all the posts is Barstool because they just generate so much stuff. That's why they've become what they've become, and they've been able to sustain that.
And I think they've grown so much because people, irregardless of politics, can know and can tell that they're genuine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Compared to, like, the Deadspins, where they're so disingenuous, right. They only do it for clicks.
Clicks, yep.
And, like, they're just being contrarians to be contrarians. They're trying to service a specific 0.05% of the Twitter population, and they're happy.
Right.
NWHL, this is the log line. This is what you should take out of this. NWHL needs Barstool.
Right.
And they should be fucking thanking Barstool every day for what they do for them. Because I'm telling you, that vehicle, that Barstool vehicle, is huge. They push numbers. They make it happen.
Yep.
So the Rangers suck.
Listen, we just started this podcast, right? We're going to do it weekly. It's going to be Rangers and NHL, like we said. It's a great time to be starting a podcast where it's 60% 70% Rangers because, listen, they're at the, I don't know, what are they, 75% mark of the rebuild, right? What would you say? Something like that?
Honestly,
like they're in
going
the build
into
part?
this year going in, I thought they'd be like, maybe it'd be a little bit tough because the Eastern Division's so stacked, but I thought they'd be in the fucking mix, dude. I thought, like...
They might still be, but, I mean, like, 10% of the season's over already because, we're only going to get 56 games this year. They are in a stacked division. I mean, that division, it's game after game. You don't got to, like, that. There's other divisions. What is that? The North Division? Not the North. That's the Canadian. That's Canadian. What is the other one? The Central? Anyway, there's the division that has, like,
the Blackhawks
has
in it?
Detroit and Blackhawks in it. Like, those are two softies right there. You're going to, which is like 16 games of the year, you're guaranteed to get like 13, 12
Right.
wins right there. The Rangers, even the Devils, the Sabres, look how good they looked last night.
No,
the
they're all
Sabres.
decent teams. Yeah.
I mean, they're all dangerous teams. You cannot bring
The Sabres are pretty deep. Like, you watch the game, and it's like, this guy Skinner scored 40 points, but they're fucking him over. They're putting him in
right.
the
They're putting him on the
fourth
third line, right?
which
yeah.
is wild. You're paying the guy $9 million, and he could shoot. Let him shoot on the second line.
But they are trending upwards. So are the Devils, right? The three worst teams are the Devils, the
Jack
Sabres.
Hughes looks so good.
I mean, he's so good.
He looks so good. It's fucked up.
It's giving me such.
He looked like
agita this
shit
year.
last year. He was a rookie, so whatever. He
Bro.
looked like he was a little fish out. He was a little fish out of water-ish.
The Rangers being a pick behind getting Jack Hughes, and then what's the older one? They were 2 picks behind getting the older one. That's on Vancouver.
Quinn?
Yeah, Quinn.
Quinn Hughes, yeah, he's a
So they were
stud.
2 picks behind getting
He's
him.
a
They were
stud.
1 pick behind getting Jack, and they're both studs. And if Kako doesn't step up,
Oh god.
I'm gonna lose my mind this year.
It's the thing with Kako. We're jumping everywhere, but the thing with Kako is he disappears. He's been good on the forecheck more
Right.
than last year. You could tell like he's being more physical, which is good because that's basically
He
all
looks
he has.
stronger on his
Yeah.
skates this year. Like
he's very slow.
he's very slow, but he can possess the
He
puck.
is moving like molasses.
Listen, I kind of knew when they drafted him. I was like doing all the prospect reports, and I was looking into everything. They never said he was a burner. Like he wasn't going to light the world on fire
Right.
with his speed, but like what they were trying to compare him to was a person that could possess, like kind of like Rick Nash, maybe.
I mean,
you
Rick
know, somebody
Nash.
that can control the puck,
Yeah.
you know, around the hash boards. You know, use his body to make plays, which is great. It's
Sure.
something you need. You don't. Not everybody has to be like a Kreider or a Zibanejad or
Right.
even like a Hedel, where like they can, or a Panarin, where they can burn you and.
Well, Hedo's like I feel like Hedo's probably and Zibanejad are both the most. How do you call it? The most balanced players.
Yeah, they're
Kreider's a burner, but
Right,
he can't
they're
handle
two-
the puck.
Yeah, Zibanejad and Hedel are very like two-way centers,
They're two-way,
kind of
yeah.
right. Like they're responsible and but they can also contribute offensively.
I mean, Kako's got 2 goals.
All right.
Granted, they're standing there. Alex Ovechkin goals, one-timer kind of goals, which is fine.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Goal is a goal.
Yeah,
when you're that
but
young.
I don't see the guy scoring 40.
I don't know. It's still what is he? How old is he? 19, 20?
19.
I mean, I feel like I'm jumping the gun, but like when you see what
You see Hughes
When
buzzing.
you see what
bro.
Hughes
He's
is
fucking
doing-
just out there like a ballerina.
I know, he looks. It's
He's got a wicked wrist.
Is he on the first line now?
Yeah, because Nico Hischia's hurt.
Right. I mean,
It's fucked up.
he's doing very well. And he's also making like you know what I love about him? He's one of those players that makes his line mates better. You know what I mean? Like he is
Kako?
No,
Hughes?
Hughes,
Yeah, he's
yeah.
a centerman, yeah.
but I mean he's drawn players to him. He's drawn players to him. He's dishing the puck. He's on the PP1, right?
Yeah.
I mean he's the same age as Kako, and like Kako was the one that was supposed to be NHL ready.
Why'd they say that? Because he's just big?
I guess because of the league he was playing in. You know, at the time he was playing in a men's league.
Yeah, in
he
the
was,
Finnish
you know,
league.
he had the size. You
Were
know,
they
he was-
comparing him to Line?
I don't know. It's not so much. They said not really. Actually, like a lot of people said
Line's fast. for a big
and
guy.
sniper. And I mean, but he's another one. He scores in bunches, but
Right.
and disappears for games on end. But
See, that's the problem with Kako, in my opinion. It's just like
the
he's
disappearingness.
not. Yeah.
yeah, he's got to be consistent.
Also, I think they should throw him on the PK because he's got a good forecheck. He's good.
Yeah.
He's starting to use his body. I mean, that's the plus. But like, if
Yeah.
you're number 2 pick, you played a full year last year almost.
Mm-hmm.
You want to see a big kind of jump.
I wanna
in the
see some
second
jumps,
year,
yeah.
and also like remember everyone was saying like, oh, how he had a lot of miles on him. He was
Right.
working a lot. Like this long break would help him.
He went from I forgot. He went from like the junior team or the under 18 team to the senior team. Played in that league, and then he went to the Worlds, and then came straight to the NHL. So everybody was like,
Right.
you know, give him an off season.
Right.
Let's see where he's at. And you know what? After the break, when they played that little 3-game stint where they really shit the bed
Yeah.
in the playoffs, in the pre-playoffs, the COVID Cup.
Yeah, the play-in.
You know, he looked good. He did look good, and I was like, all right, look, he looks good. He had more jump in his step. You know, he was a little bit quicker. But then again, this year, I mean, it's not much of an improvement. It's not what I thought I'd see. But let's see.
Right. I don't know. Give
My
it.
my worry is that like skating doesn't get better. It's not like magical. It's like a receiver in the NFL. Is he going to get faster? No.
Yeah, I feel like he'd be at his top speed or close to it right now, right?
Let's see. I mean, so other than him, we're looking at
Lafreniere's got the elephant on his back. He's got to score.
Listen,
so people can relax a little bit because everyone's like, is he going to score? When's he going to score? Oh, my God.
And then last night, what's his name scored? The rookie? Cousins.
Blackwell?
Cousins scored.
Oh, Cousins.
Dylan Cousins on the Sabres. He's a rookie also.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I mean, he's a little older. He's older, obviously. He was from...
I thought you meant Keandre Miller.
No. But,
he scored.
No, listen, as far as Lafreniere is concerned, the kid looks comfortable. He's not scoring, and he had a nice opportunity to score last night. I mean...
It was literally like 3 feet away from the goal.
Yeah, he should have buried that one. I was freaking out. I was texting you. I was like, oh, my God. But he looks comfortable, and I think it's going to come for him.
Yesterday's game was horrendous. The first period
was all right.
They played well, but the rest of the game was really bad.
Yeah.
They look like shit.
Yeah, and I don't know who that falls on. That falls on the coach. I don't know, man. I mean, like you start getting into these losing streaks, and it's just like one thing piles on top of another. They lost. They didn't have what's his name. They didn't have Hedl last night.
You love Hedl.
He makes a big difference.
Would you wouldn't trade him for Eichel? You want to do an Eichel trade right now?
I don't know, bro. I mean, obviously.
Let me say
it's not. If it was 1-for-1, sure, but it's not 1-for-1.
Hedl, D'Angelo, because he can fuck
see ya.
Like
It's fine.
He's invisible too, bro.
I don't know what's happening.
Well, I mean, listen, their offense is trash right now, so I get it.
I feel like everybody is just playing down to each other's level.
Stinks.
Trouba
stinks.
All right, give me the trade. Forget about
it.
Trouba, they're not going to take Trouba and this $8 million contract.
Hedl.
All right.
I'm sorry. D'Angelo.
All right.
2 first-rounders.
You know what the problem is with that? One of the first rounders, 2021, 22. The 22 draft is stacked. It's like
come on, bro.
So we're going 2 first rounders.
2 first rounders.
Hedl,
D'Angelo. For Eichel.
They're going to want a prospect too, I think.
So give him one of the defensive guys, like the Jacobs guy. What's his name?
Not Jacobs. You're talking about
Robertson.
You have You have Robertson. You got a bunch. I forgot that. No, I can't think of.
Give one of the good players. One of those. Not Nils Lundqvist.
No.
Give him fucking Robertson. So that's D'Angelo, Robertson,
or a more Robertson level prospect. Got it. That's 5 things right there.
And 2 1s for Eichel because he's the crown jewel.
All right.
Eichel, a third line top, like a bottom 6 PK kind of plug guy.
Okay.
To kind of try and get the money right.
Can I get like a 3rd round pick?
And a 3rd round pick.
Okay.
So Eichel, a third line PK plug, and a 3rd rounder.
Can I be honest with you?
Yeah, you would do that in a second.
I would do it in a second. I don't think they would though. We love Hedl,
Listen,
right?
they're getting a lot of shit back, bro.
We love Hedl. We think he can be if not a top center, like a 1B center. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And very soon probably. 2 first round picks, super important. Super important. That's a lot of cachet. D'Angelo, I mean, what is it? He's got 2 years on the contract right now, and it's pretty. I think it's a possibility, but I mean,
D'Angelo's good offensively.
Eichel's a franchise player. The kid's 23 years old, bro. I mean, like, are they gonna part with this kid that easily? If he insists on it,
what do they want? What else do they want?
Right. The Rangers are going to be one of the teams that has the assets to get him. I don't know what else they'd want.
Because we need a centerman, dude.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to want.
Mika's awesome.
Are they going to ask for Are they going to ask you for like a Kakko or a Lafreniere?
I'd give up Kakko.
You'd give him up already?
Yeah.
All right.
For Eichel, so let's say instead of Kakko on top,
they might ask you for D'Angelo, or they could ask you for Kravtsov, which is like your best prospect in the system right now. You'd give him up too. I don't.
Not all of them, but I would put them in some sort of trade for Eichel's a 100-point guy, bro.
I hate raping the system just to get one guy, but the guy's. I know he's
a stud.
If he's gonna be, if you're gonna have Mika, you're gonna have Eichel obviously as your top center. You're gonna have Mika as your 2nd line center, and then your depth is compromised a little. Then what do you got as a third and you have Howden, you have those kind of guys.
Strom's
terrible.
Yeah, but he's a 3rd line center.
I guess he is. He's playing like a crappy 3rd line center. We were hoping he was gonna be a 2nd line center.
They all stink, man. It's bumming me out. I mean, listen. Panarin raises all boats because Panarin is pure.
Right, and he's not playing the way he should be right now.
And he still has points, magically.
Right, but
No, the top 6 is playing like shit. Top 6 is playing like shit. Sing it in a song. Top 6 is playing like shit.
And Kreider, man. I mean, this guy. We always think he's gonna take another step. I mean, that's it. He has no more steps.
Bro, he's 40
he
years old.
Can't take any more steps. That's it.
He's literally collecting fucking Social Security. Like he's old. Where's he stepping to?
You got Mika recovering. Like you got Mika recovering from the COVID thing, right? So let's give him. I don't know. Give him another month. We don't even know. Like you can't even tell. It's not like
I think they asked him. The guy Fortuno, the guy with his fucking picture, in MSG, the Newsday guy. You know this guy, Joe Fortunato or some shit.
No, he's not from Newsday.
Yeah, he is. Joe.
No, bro, he's got like a podcast.
This guy, Fortunato, Joe Fortunato, que rich.
Which guy? Yeah, he's
oh no, that's not him.
That's not him.
Where's the other guy? He had his picture in MSG.
Which one? Anyway, what about?
He writes for Newsday.
Okay, fine. I'll take your word for it.
He asked Mika if he thinks like any lasting effect from COVID, and Mika, like the serial killer that he is, said no.
Of course he's gonna say no. These guys, they're never gonna admit like to a weakness.
I guess you're right.
Yeah, forget it. So you got Mika playing with the COVID. You got Kreider disappearing like he always does, you know, and this is a bad time to be disappearing.
He's very streaky, yeah.
He's very streaky, even though he's potted a couple.
Booch is playing good. I'm not a fan.
Listen, I know you're not a fan. I remember when I used to say I was waiting for that Russian kid to come up when we were still contending. Yeah. Like that kid's gonna come up, he's gonna be good.
That was Booch?
That was Booch I was talking about. But he's playing with much more confidence this year, bro. Like he's making plays instead of just getting the easy goals like Kako's getting. Yeah. He's creating the easy goals.
Yeah, I agree with you. He's playing well.
He's creating plays. He's
his contract.
He's not dumping. Yeah, his contract here. He's not like dumping and chasing. He's entering the zone with the puck. It's like
he's playing well.
Yeah, he's playing well.
Year. Last year, I am not a fan of him.
So Strome is gone. Strome is invisible. Heedle's injured, and he was playing well. And Panarin is, Panarin's going to do what he does. He's going to come around. Yeah, it's
going to end up working out. I don't love, I know everyone hates Quinn, which is kind of wild to me. I told you, I joined that fucking Rangers Facebook group for like 30 minutes, and it was crazy because people were just snapping out. It was just like, it was like an insane asylum.
Yeah, I'm not a Quinn hater. I'm definitely not a Quinn hater.
People hate Quinn. They hate everything. They were talking shit about Panarin, like just everybody.
I mean...
And I left the Facebook group literally in a half hour.
They're probably the same fans that thought, we got Lafreniere, we're going to the Cup this year. They're not thinking about that we're the youngest team in the league. It's gonna take a lot of... You're going to be shoving a lot of shit this year. You're going to be watching a lot of games that you're going to want to change the channel and watch the Devils like you did the other night. You know what I mean? Devils, yeah, because it gets frustrating. You watch this team like you see a lot of potential, but they're still kids, bro. They're like, what, 26 average? The average age is 26?
I think it's less, bro. I think it's like 24 and a half.
I think that was when 25. Henrik was on the team, and now he's off, and Stahl's off. So now you're really playing with kids, bro. Like the back end. Like Miller's playing great. He's still a kid. Fox is like, I don't even know where this guy came from.
Fox is good.
He's so good.
He's so good.
They fleeced them, bro, for 2 second rounders. Right? That was the trade, 2 second rounders for Fox.
2 second rounders. That's a tremendous
That was the trade, bro.
Fox is fucking good.
Yeah. So there's a lot of things to look forward to, man. I mean, like, we're gonna lose a lot of games, though.
The young guys look good, right?
And the old guys.
Kako's got his, cushion. Lafreniere's got cushion still because they're new-ish. Kako's new-ish. Yeah, the top 6 is fucking trash.
Yeah.
And the only beef I have with Quinn is the constant changing of lines during the game.
Right. Okay, yeah. So the line changing, he's been doing that since he's been here.
Right.
And it drives me nuts too. Like, where I know it's the infancy of a season, but it's a shortened season, but let it breathe a little bit. Open the bottle, let it air out.
Yeah, they didn't even have pregame. Like, they didn't have preseason games.
No preseason, right?
They just did scrimmages and went into
it. Like a 3-day training camp or something? Yeah. Everybody's getting off planes and they're like waiting to get tested. So, yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot to expect such a young team.
Are we overreacting? Yes.
Yes, 100%. You're going to overreact because you know what? We got nothing else to do.
But they looked good last year, dude.
Yeah, I mean, they look good. But remember, they didn't look good in the beginning of the year.
So I guess you're right. Might let them warm up. Maybe they go on like a fucking 10-game winning streak.
Maybe.
I mean, they go on a 10-game winning streak. All our problems are disappeared.
They're not going on. Like, you have a lot of these little mini-series. Like, in these, like, mini-series, like, how many games do you think you're going to sweep? How many of these things, unless you're
not many, yeah.
You're going to split a lot of these. So that's why all these losses are going to add up, and it's probably not a good thing to accumulate them in the beginning.
So they're going to be bad.
They're going to be bad this year, bro.
They're in last place in the
They're going to be like the Knicks. The Knicks have a better record than the Rangers do right now, percentage-wise. And
Yeah,
I didn't think I was going to say that.
I think they'll step it up. I think all these teams are going to hit some kind of slide, you know?
Right. I don't want a lottery pick this year. I mean, we're going to wind up with one probably.
So this year, the guys aren't good. Next year, they're good.
So my cousin, I'm not going to name drop, but he's a scout. I tried to get him on the show. He said absolutely not.
Why?
No, he said he might come on. He said he doesn't like to do stuff like that because it leaves him open to the haters and the trolls. So he doesn't like to put attach his name to things.
Sure.
We'll see.
We can
we'll see. Maybe I'll just
put him in the dark and modulate his voice.
Right. Well, he loves
you know, if he's okay with that.
like a 60 minutes expose.
Yeah. Like he's in the witness protection program.
Well, I don't know, whatever. He's a scout for like a minor league team. He said this year's draft is like it's not as talented and it's also top heavy on D's defensemen, which we don't need.
Right.
I mean, we're stacked on the defensive side of prospects. Next year is supposed to be like another earth. I can't do it though, bro.
Those kids are like 12 years old. How old are those kids right now?
They're 16.
16?
They're like 16. I can't do it though because that would mean
2 years.
Not this
Fuck
year,
off.
and then next year we'd have to be a bottom team too. I can't do it.
Nah. What do we get Panarin for then?
Exactly. By the time, yeah. So
granted, Panarin's going to be good until he's 35, 36 because he doesn't really he's not super fast. You know what I mean? Like
he's crafty.
He's going to be like Yager. He can play probably until
Crafty.
he's 68 years old.
He's a crafty Russian that better watch what he says.
We need to. I mean, if Dolan doesn't have a fucking security team on fucking Panarin right now, I don't know what the fuck he's thinking because Panarin is bopping off to Uncle Vlad, and I'm not interested in that.
Yeah, I told you didn't know the story when I had told you, but remember, he's been talking out against Putin for a long time, bro.
What's he doing? He goes back to Russia. It's not like he's here. He just lives here.
He thinks because he's untouchable on the ice that he's untouchable in real life.
Yeah, but could you imagine Putin fucking poisons Panarin? Like, Panarin poisoned by ricin or whatever the fucking nerve agent they use.
He's a big hockey fan, so I don't know if he'll do it then.
And didn't Ovechkin come out? It's like, no, Putin's nice.
No, Ovechkin's always been like that's. It's like his
guy.
lapdog. Yeah. I love Ovechkin, no doubt. I wish he was my guy, but he's been pro Putin since he's been here. But I don't know if you saw did you see the aerial footage of the mansion? They were releasing some aerial footage of this mansion he built with
Putin?
Yeah. Oh my, bro.
Didn't he build some fucking big ass? They call them dashas.
He built it's a mega.
They said it was like
estate.
$1 billion.
I don't know. Is it $1 billion? Yeah.
They said some crazy number, because it's got all the stuff you need to be like a world dictator.
There is like a raised patch of grass. I mean, huge, and then with windows underneath it, so it looks like a little bunker. And below that, they say there's an indoor hockey rink. Like, are you kidding me?
This guy's wild. And in Russia, they die at 60. Like their average lifespan is mad low.
Yeah, because he's spending all their money
on
underground ice
bro.
rinks.
You don't need that, dude. You don't need $1 billion fucking compound for when you retire.
This is why Panarin's speaking out against him. He's calling he's calling him out.
Ballsy motherfucker. And you know who else liked his picture when he posted about that guy Alex Navalny?
Who?
Radulov.
Oh yeah?
On Dallas.
Yeah, that's dope.
So I'm sure they're probably like us, just partisan fucking maniacs. You know what I mean? At some point, you got to get sick of Putin, right? This guy's been here for 25 years.
How long has he been in office that long?
He became the president, the acting president, I think in 99.
Wow.
So it's 21 years.
Yeah. So his whole life is with Putin in power, and I don't know. Yeah. So I don't know what his background was as a kid, but I'm sure
Putin
it wasn't
was the
great.
president for 2 terms, and then he became the prime minister when his guy Dmitry Medvedev became the president for 1 term. They changed the constitution, the Russian constitution, to be like, okay, the Russian president can't go more than 2 terms, right?
Right.
And then they changed it to 2 consecutive terms. So he took a term off, and then he became a president again.
Right, smart. Well, that's why he hates him. Listen, he's on. I don't know. Dolan has a ton of money, bro. I mean, just fortify his house.
Yeah, just get a couple Navy SEALs with him.
That's
bro.
it. Why?
You know what I mean? Keep him and the dog safe. I like the dog. His dog's cute too.
Rizzy? Rizzy.
I follow him on Instagram. I'm not scared to say that. I love Panarin. And this podcast is going to be called something Panarin's bread back. Something to have to do with Artemi.
I'm into it because if anybody's going to bring us glory, it's going to be Artemi.
He's just a man.
I know.
Doesn't seem like he's got a big ego. He just plays fucking hockey.
I know.
He's
not
balls.
snapping sticks when he misses something. He's just like, and then like the next day he's taking pictures in Tulum. Like he's just hanging out with his model fiance, I guess. They're just chilling in Tulum.
It's gotta be nice. He's complicating his life by
He
like
builds
just
his
talking
own
shit about Putin.
He builds his own home workout area. Right,
Yeah.
That was sick. I love that.
During the beginning of the lockdown,
yeah, in
fucking
COVID,
swinging a fucking sawzall everywhere.
He's making trips to Home Depot, and he's.
This guy's gonna cut his fucking fingers off, and we're fucked.
I was into that. I love that stuff. It humanizes him. It's great.
Yeah, you're right.
So that's what it is.
Most of hockey Twitter are pussies. That's what we learned. This isn't gonna be a PG podcast.
Yeah, I guess not. I noticed.
Sorry,
that.
bro.
Like halfway.
I can't handle myself.
It's fine. And like emergency podcasts after the games where they lose, it's not going to help. It's like
I wanted to do one. Yes, I was so mad. I was so mad. Usually, I don't like being. I'm not mad even after they lose, but they looked like such shit yesterday. They should have been.
Okay.
They should have lost by 5 goals.
Specifically in last night's game, I mean, but it's happening a lot in the games that we've played already. I mean, they cannot win a freaking face-off, bro. I mean, but it's not something new though, because I saw somebody post, like it's that boy Steven that's on the Ranger Twitter. He posted something. They haven't had it's just 50-50, right? If you're above 50%, that means you're winning more than you're losing.
Yeah, it's got to be close to 50.
They haven't been above 50 since 2008.
That's not good.
What is this? And
why is that?
Because we never had the center depth. It's not a new thing, the center depth, that we don't have it.
Yesterday was bad because even what's his name was talking shit to them.
Micheletti.
Yeah, and he's like the ultimate fucking, he's spin zoning all day long.
Yeah.
And even then, he's like, they're winning them fucking clean.
Yeah.
Like, these guys stink. What's going on?
For the whole period, Micheletti couldn't get off their backs. Like, Mika, like, dude, you're our first-line center. You got to win some faceoffs. It was like, I don't even know. It was like,
is he good at faceoffs?
He's not. No, he's not great, but he shouldn't be like 25%. It was like he should be like in the 45 range.
Yeah.
But I mean, they were winning the draws clean, and you can't possess the puck like that. You can't kill a penalty. You can't execute a power play.
Right.
Right. Like you burn 20 seconds off the second you lose the first faceoff.
Right.
I mean, like, and then you got to enter the zone. Like we had a hard time entering the zone.
We couldn't fucking get into the zone. Are you kidding me? We couldn't set up any kind of offense.
So that's a huge problem. I don't see if you get Eichel on the team, I guess that'll solve that problem. But in the immediate,
Howden can win some faceoffs. No, get him on the first line, bro.
Who?
Howden. Put Howden on the first line with Bush and Kreider. Put Mika with my Artemi. I guess make that the first line.
Bro, no one. You know how much people hate Howden? Do you understand?
I don't understand why.
Listen,
Was he highly touted?
No, he was. I forget which trade he was in. He was in. He came from Tampa, I think, in the trade with
McDonough
and
JT Miller
and JT. He was part of that trade, so the return
didn't look awesome.
Yeah, I mean, like
JT's doing work.
I hated that they involved him in the trade.
Right.
I hated it at the time. He was due. He was what? He was going to be like a restricted free agent, or he was.
Probably, yeah.
He was due a contract, and they wanted to start rebuilding, so they started.
You know who I do miss?
Off. Oh,
Kevin Hayes.
Yeah, he's doing pretty good.
I mean, he's just a big body. He's a centerman, right?
He's a good center, yeah. But this was
and he can get 50 points.
What they were doing at the time was they saw that they were rebuilding, and they saw that those guys didn't fit the timeline as far as salaries.
Yeah, I don't buy that either because they fucking signed Panarin, bro.
Yeah, but you can't. Panarin became available, and if you look at the,
I get Panarin's awesome. But
yeah, I mean, you couldn't pass that opportunity up if he was going to come to your team. Like, even if he's 32 when you're contending, I mean, he's still relative.
Yeah.
That's young, bro. Yeah. And he started his career off in the NHL late. Right. He doesn't have the miles.
No.
So I get what they did. They lost a couple of good players. JT, they lost Kevin Hayes at the time.
Whatever. At that point, Kevin Hastings was a year later, right? McDonough was a year before that.
Yeah, but they were that was when they were stripping it down. That's when they sent the letter out. They started stripping everything down. They wanted to accumulate picks. I mean, for how many years we didn't pick in the first round, bro? That's why we had no farm system. We had nobody to come up. But that is the issue with the face-offs. They've always had shitty center ice. I mean, like,
why can't they get a stud center?
They don't. In the last draft, they caught a lot of heat in the first round for not drafting a center. There were like 3 centers on the board.
What they get
with the second pick, and they took the defenseman. Oh. No, this draft with Lafreniere. We had the first overall pick, and they took Schneider.
Didn't they move up for Schneider?
They moved up for him, so like people were losing their shit. They went nuts.
Supposedly they moved up for Schneider because the Devils had a rock hard cock for Schneider, and they wanted to fuck over the Devils. Right? That's not a rumor? That's a rumor.
Yeah. So people were judging them on that. Like, what are you doing? We need a center. There's centers on the board, and you gave up assets to move up. I mean, it was they loved the kid, and they screwed over the Devils at the same time. For them, it was a win-win.
Yeah, that's petty as fuck.
But we need centermen in the pipeline. I think we got one kid, the kid from Sweden, Henriksen. That's all we got. That's all the hope. And I think you got what's his name on the taxi squad, the kid from Harvard.
Blackwell?
No. He's from Harvard too, but the other kid from Harvard. He's another. No, who?
Zuckerberg.
No. I forgot his name now, but
the kid from Harvard.
He's good, but like he's not.
He's
like
a plug.
He's a plug. He's another plug. So they got a lot.
You know who's got a lot of center depth? Center depth?
Who's that?
The Devils.
Yeah. You love the Devils, bro.
I don't love the Devils. Why. I like watching them. Islanders are fucking snooze fest. Barzal's unreal.
Yeah, he's great. I hate watching the Islanders. It's like watching the Devils of the 90s.
It's a pure snooze fest, dude.
It's just like they get the lead and then they just shut down the neutral zone. They shut down the blue line, and you're just watching dumpings for the rest of the game. I want to tear my eyes out.
It's crazy.
I love listening to on the Barstool podcast, the hockey one. What's it called? Spin and Chicklets. I love listening.
They shit talking. Islanders bad.
Wit, hate. I love listening to him.
Well, they chirp Frankie too, because Frankie Borelli's a big Islander.
I think that's part of the reason why they do.
Frankie Borelli sucks.
But they hate the way they play. Nobody likes the way they play. I mean, like it's just boring to watch.
Oh,
man. We need more fans. We need more plays like Panarin, more plays like Barzal. We don't need to watch what the Islanders do.
You know what's dope though? They offered Panarin more money and he came to the Rangers. So
yeah, that was a big that was
losers.
Every time we lose to them, I wonder to myself if Panarin thinks to himself, "Oh shit, chose the wrong team."
I don't think Panarin gives a fuck.
No, he just wanted Broadway, right?
He just goes and plays hockey.
Yeah, he just wanted Broadway. He wanted to have a penthouse in Manhattan. I don't think he does that. I don't think he has that, but he definitely's got a nice place in Westchester.
Isn't he in Greenwich?
Is he in Greenwich?
Tagging that he's in Greenwich.
Maybe he's in Connecticut. All right, cool. Same thing.
He definitely has 2 cribs though, because he's just rich as fuck.
You got to have a penthouse in the city too, right? I mean, you got to buy right now.
Bro.
Buy right now, low.
Hell yeah!
Buy now, low.
Think about it. He came from fucking, Stalinsburg, wherever he came from.
Right.
Mining town.
I know, but he went to Chicago first.
Died.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, he was brought up by his grandparents.
How did they die?
I'm writing his autobiography. I don't know how they died. He's a poor kid.
Right.
Now he's getting paid fucking $11 million a year.
But he was gifted with the ability to score goals.
Yeah. They had this one guy who was like a suitcase going around in the KHL who played in one of the KHL teams when Panarin was super young. Mm-hmm. And he's like, there was this little scrawny kid. He would just, after the games, he would just be out there for hours just dangling. And that was Panarin.
Stop. No way.
Yeah. I got to figure out who it was. It was one of the funny, dudes who were AHLers that go to the KHL and shit like that.
And Ryan Whitney, I think also, he was when he played over in the KHL, which their stories are amazing, but he was talking about Panarin. Panarin was the kid from Russia, that was just lighting up the league. He was so talented.
Yeah.
He was just making people look silly. And then he comes over, he goes to Chicago, which I don't understand why they ever let him leave.
Chicago's stupid, bro. That guy Bowman is such a dummy.
That's why they're in the situation they're in right now, bro.
God. Oh my God, he's such a dummy.
So he goes there, then he goes to Columbus. He doesn't want to stay there. It's a shit town. I wouldn't want to play in Columbus either. And he leverages his situation.
Also, Tortorella's probably a nightmare.
He was playing on the Tortorella, that's right, yeah.
Bro, do you see Tortorella snapping out on fucking Dubois?
Could you imagine?
He's snapping out at him on the bench, bro.
He's giving him 2 minutes of ice time.
Yeah, and listen, the play that he gave up on, at that point, healthy scratch him and let him get traded. But this was a year ago.
But he likes to embarrass people.
Bro, he was looking at him, he was like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Bro, I'll blast you with this stick, you old fuck.
No, you can't do that, though.
What a piece of shit. That's craziness to me. That's so old school. I'm not saying it's not effective and it can be effective, but I don't think it's I don't think it takes it to another level.
But when he was the Rangers coach, I actually watched post game conferences. I would never watch
that. Looney Tune.
Because you never he would attack the reporters. I don't really think he attacked his players too much. He would just say we played right. I don't think he singled people out really. I don't.
Was he the Rangers coach when he went to the other team's locker room and tried to fight with them?
I think that was yeah.
What are you doing, bro?
I think that was really good. Yeah. So he makes it entertaining and people love him and the media likes to get bites from it's always a two-edged sword with that.
Yeah, I get it. He's gonna give you the soundbite.
And they played pretty good under him. They didn't have any talent when they were playing with him.
He's obviously not a bad coach, right? Like, he's everywhere he goes, pretty successful. Columbus,
right.
They keep losing stars, and
He won with Tampa. When Tampa won, that was him. And wherever he goes, he brings them to the playoffs. I mean, like, he brings, I think, underachieving. I mean, like, they overachieve.
Bro, everybody leaves. Like, Columbus, people just, it's like a mass exodus there. Yeah. They just get the fuck out. I'm sure it's not that shitty of a city.
I mean, if you're a top talent, bro, don't you want to play in a big market? That's
I don't know.
No? You want the anonymity of like a small town?
Could you imagine you going to the Maple Leafs and you got to deal with that?
Oh, you're right. Yeah, you go to the big market and you got to deal with that stuff.
I mean, listen, even the little markets, who do you think? Winnipeg Jet fans are fucking nutbags.
But that's why, but that's why New York is great. Like, forget like pre-COVID New York. Like, you think Artemi Panarin's getting mobbed in the streets? He can go wherever you want. You can go to Brighton Beach, have like go to like a Russian tea room, like
Russian bathhouse.
Yeah, he could do whatever he wants. Not many people are gonna stop him in the streets. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
probably not.
Different. No. Toronto, different story.
You're a megastar.
I mean, forget about Toronto. Toronto, you're in the spotlight constantly.
But think about it. Like, if you're in Winnipeg or Columbus, you're probably, I don't know, like, all right, you're not getting spotted out, but, like, they sell out. Like, they have a very strong following, at least in terms, like, if you could sell out 17, 18, 19,000 a game.
Yeah. No,
you have a pretty sick following, even if it is a couple 100,000.
It's like it's more like a, well, in Canada, hockey is whatever.
I was looking at TV numbers. Over here, like the first games on NBCSN they were getting like almost 1 million views, right? Which is good, I guess, for hockey here.
Right.
In Canada, combined viewing was 6.6 million people.
Wow.
There's like 35 million people in Canada.
Crazy. Yeah.
It's fucking wild.
It's their NFL.
Yeah.
I mean,
you're getting almost 20% of your population's watching.
Yeah, it's huge. It's huge. So I don't know, going to Toronto and to be like, I mean, like what Kessel went through and what these guys go through, like it's tough.
And Kessel ain't got time for that shit. You know what I mean? Like, Kessel's just like so.
You have to be, I don't know what kind of fortitude you have to have, like internal fortitude, like to be just calm and like you're doing what you can and you're just getting killed for it.
Right. Yeah, because I mean, hockey, I mean, you could be great and you're still gonna hit a fucking wall.
Right. Yeah, it's a team sport, so there's nothing you could do.
Unless you're McDavid. He's very good at
he's
hockey.
really good. We should have gotten the first overall in a draft like that.
Bro, like, the Oilers are so stacked. Like, Nugent Hopkins is just like a sneaky stud, too.
Yeah, they got a lot of offensive. It was not their offense isn't what's holding them back.
No, they gave up goals.
Yeah, I mean that's not, they've got, it's so hard to win in the NHL, dude. Like, to build a team like these. I mean, it's a cap league, right? So all these cap leagues have the same problem.
Yeah.
But like, it's a big roster to fill and to keep, and it's got to have balance. You got to have grit for the playoffs, and you got to have enough scoring and a goal. It's like insane, like to build a team.
Honestly, I think it's just about who gets hot when.
You got to get lucky. You got to get lucky for sure. You mean in the general?
Yeah,
in the season, the playoffs. Yeah, get in the playoffs and you can get hot. You're right.
Even in the season too, like. Listen, all right, there's a few teams that are lackluster. I don't think the Rangers should be in the bottom of the league, right? Like, even though I'm biased, obviously.
Right.
But
you feel like they have more talent than what they're showing,
for
right?
sure.
Yeah.
So, like, I feel like the Rangers at any time can probably take a really good team to 7 games.
Yeah.
In a playoff series.
Maybe. Depends on the matchup, I guess.
And then that's the biggest thing is the matchup, right? Because if you get a bunch of fucking goons, like 6'5" guys, and you have a little quick team.
Yeah.
You might run into some issues.
They don't call the game the same way in the playoffs. There's a lot of things. Like goaltending becomes super important if you don't have a hot goalie.
If you get a hot goalie, too, that'll carry your
all these years, why did we make it? We didn't, not because we had the best team. I mean, a lot of times we had a lot of shortcomings, but Lundqvist would bail them out, man. It would time and time again. Like the Rangers right now are playing actually possession-wise and like all those underlying stats, they're playing better than those teams
That's
are
wild.
past.
That's crazy.
But they're not winning. They're just not getting the puck luck or whatever you want to call it. But that will come. You know what I mean? That'll come. But their power play when it's like it's hot.
Yeah.
The first line power play they gotta design a couple of better plays instead of just trying to dish it to like Mika down low. Like they got maybe a little bit more,
spot.
a little bit more movement, a little bit more trickery. But I mean.
What about Jack Johnson just slap shotting it from the blue line?
Yeah, this guy, I don't understand. I don't understand the mentality of bringing this guy. I thought it was just to give him a paycheck, but they're actually playing this guy.
Bro, but they signed him like mad quick, like he was going to get caught up, like he was going to get gobbled up by another team.
And like they overpaid.
They signed him like right away, and
just
then you have
give him the
guys
minimum,
like
bro.
You guys have like guys like Hoffman and like Galchenyuk,
Yeah, doing like
other
on
players,
PTOs.
yeah, that are just like waiting forever to get a contract. I know this year's weird, but
If you wanted to help the guy out because they have a relationship, right? There's a relationship with him.
do they?
Yeah, there. Who is it? Is it John Davidson? Somebody, one of the
His
members of
uncle?
the front office. No, like a relationship, like they were on, like they played for them or.
Oh, okay.
If you feel bad for him because of his circumstances, because like his parents robbed him and he needs a paycheck, fine, give him the minimum and don't play him. Just put him in the I don't know, put him on the
Just scratch
tax.
him.
Or even seventh defenseman.
And
bro.
my guy Brendan Smith should play, dude.
I agree.
You're paying him $4 million. Like, let him play.
He's serviceable, bro. If he's on the third pairing, he's better than serviceable.
And he
in
can
my
play
opinion.
wing too.
No, stop, bro.
He's done it before.
I know he's done it.
I'm just saying, as a depth guy,
But he doesn't
should
do
be
it
playing.
well.
Yeah, who does it well? Anyway?
He doesn't do it well. I mean, but this guy should not be playing. This guy should not be playing. I mean, you got Brendan Smith. Stop scratching. I mean, D'Angelo's going to get scratched from time to time because he does stupid things like take stupid penalties.
Yeah.
But don't scratch him to put Johnson in. Scratch him. Figure out a way to get Brendan Smith in the lineup.
Yeah.
For God's sakes. I mean, Jack Johnson. He took a terrible penalty that led to a goal last night. Right. Like, he's when he skates, I fucking cringe. Like, I hate watching the guy skate.
I think
It's molasses.
we do give him too much shit. Was he still like a highly touted guy?
No. When? I don't know. Maybe
I don't
when he
know.
was drafted. I have no idea. He's terrible.
He's just
It was a
stand-back defense
bro.
guy?
There was a universal when we signed him.
Yeah.
It was just what are we doing? We're not making any moves and we're signing this guy. And there were like other defensemen out there that they could have taken that would have been like a serviceable third pairing. There was a list of them. I didn't know all of them, but like I dug a little bit.
This team's a nightmare.
I question.
Mike,
I think
also,
Gordon. Yeah.
This is like different, but like, why not name a captain?
All right.
What are we doing, bro? And also, Trouba not getting an A is a problem. Not that I'm not saying he deserves it, and it's a problem. It's a problem that he's such a long-term, immovable contract.
Right, he's gonna be there. He's a veteran, kind of on this team, I guess. He's only 25, but
Just make Kreider the fucking captain, dude.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, Kreider. With me, I wanted Mika to be the captain, but you don't know what his contract's going to be like. You know, his health. There's a lot of things with Mika that's in the air. Like, he gets those concussion things, and his contract's up at the end of next season. So
Right.
you can't just give it to him and let him run. You don't want to not sign your captain after just giving him the C.
But what are they gonna? Who are they gonna give? Like four
That's
A's,
it. It's
bro.
between.
What are you doing?
It was between. 4 A's. They haven't had a captain since who? McDonough.
No,
It's his- Yeah.
They named
Since
McDonough after
yeah,
Callahan.
Yeah, McDonough was the captain, and they traded him. They traded Callahan, then they traded McDonough. So I think they're trying to be
to a team that won a fucking championship.
I think they're trying to be careful with who they give the next C to. But
Give it to the no move calls, guys.
I guess give it to
Kreider.
Give it to Kreider. I mean, everybody loves
And
him.
he's not a bad team guy.
Yeah, he's a
team
big
guy.
he's a big team guy. They love him in the clubhouse supposedly, and he can pot 30 goals if he puts his freaking mind into it.
You're crazy. No, he can't.
Yeah, he can. He could do it. He can.
Are you still waiting for that?
See what he has?
2008, whenever the fuck that happened, you're still waiting for he's gonna pot 30 goals. Get me 20 goals.
Nah, he's got to give you at least 25 goals. He's got to give you at least 25 goals, bro. He's got.
How many times has he done that? Besides contract years.
He flirts with 30 all the time, bro. He flirts with 30. I don't think he's broken 30, but I would have given it to Kreider probably, but I wanted it to go to Zibanejad.
I like Mika. Yeah, I
if
love
they
Mika
could have
too.
told me Mika was going to be on the team long term, it's him, a no brainer. And Trouba, I don't want to get into Trouba on this episode because we're going to probably cut it off soon.
We
but
could literally do a whole fucking episode. on
Trouba is an issue.
He flirted with 30 twice. He had 28 in 2 years.
Bro, what do we thought? 28, 24.
Yeah,
What
all
is
right,
that?
17, 21, 21, 28, 16 in the 58 games.
28, 24, and that's it.
Yeah, all right, he's a cute 40, 50 point guy.
Yeah, and they're not paying him. They're paying him a little
They're
bit
paying
more.
him more than that. They're paying him 6 and change.
Yeah.
But I get it. All right, he's a homegrown guy.
But,
He's a cat. He should be the
It's not.
captain.
It doesn't mean you're a top point scorer to be the captain. Callahan wasn't. Callahan was a grinder.
He didn't score
You know,
shit.
he wasn't anything like that. McDonough was our best defenseman at the time, but Kreider's been with the team since what? I mean, he was with the team. He was the only player left from the Cup run.
Yeah.
That's it.
First real year was 13-14. He played in 12 and he played in 11, but
dude, he came onto the team that year. That he came around.
I mean, listen, he came into the playoffs looking 11 and 12.
He went
18
nuts.
games, 7 points, 5 goals as a rookie.
And he scored a lot of big goals in that playoffs.
Oh yeah, you're getting rock hard. You're thinking, fucking, this kid's gonna be fucking Gretzky.
And he was, I mean, like his speed, like we hadn't seen that.
He's
speed.
a bullet. He still has that speed.
And he's a strong dude.
Just park your fat ass in front of the fucking goalie, man, and get some tips.
Yeah, he would have been a good option. I think I don't think it really matters this year. This year's kind of like, from the beginning, I thought that this year was going to be like, if we make the playoffs, great, but I wasn't counting on it, and I think that's what's going to be.
So what are your thoughts the next week until we meet again?
Who are we playing? We got tomorrow night. We got the Sabres again.
I think so.
We're going to win tomorrow night.
Okay.
We're going to win tomorrow night because we can't keep losing every fucking game.
I know, and the Sabres are,
I think we got. You know what? I hate the schedule this year, bro. It's just the same teams. It's Pittsburgh after that, right?
Sabres.
Yeah. It's the Sabres.
Pittsburgh's soft though.
I don't want to play all these teams over and over again.
They're bad form too.
You're not going to see it. You're not going to get to see any of the NHL this year. You're going to go to it's going to go into the tournament or whatever they're going to call it, and it's going to be all a surprise. It's going to be wild. I think. What are we looking at? You're looking at.
We got Sabres tomorrow.
You're gonna split the Penguins, so you're going to get 2 out of the next 3. You're going to lose to the Capitals. You're going to beat the Devils, and then you're going to lose to the Islanders. So it's a split.
You're very pessimistic.
You're going to split it, baby.
1, 2, 3, 4,
We're
5,
going to go 3-3.
6 games. They're going to go 4, 2-1.
I think you're optimistic, actually.
That's how I roll, dude.
All right.
Win, loss. How many wins am I at? 3?
You had 3.
Win, point. Overtime.
All right.
Overtime loss.
Yeah, I hate playing the Islanders. I might not watch that game.
I mean, if there's any indication, the second game versus the Islanders, we look fucking world-beating. We shit down their fucking throats.
That was such like a night and day experience to watch the first game, then the second game.
I know. I felt so nice after.
You felt great, didn't you? Feel great after that?
And then it's just been shit.
You go to home. You go to bed with like so content. You're like, oh, my boys are good.
It's brutal.
We got a chance.
I don't get why I like the Rangers so much.
I don't know either. I mean, I was born into it. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just like a Johnny-come-lately, pretty much.
All right, listen. You're on the right. We're on the right path. It's just a long, windy one. It's not going to be smooth. It's going to be kind of shitty. It's dark.
And the wrong turn you'll drive off a cliff and die.
Yeah. There's always a possibility.
So what's the name called? Thanks for joining us on Panarin's Bread Basket.
All right, we're gonna. Yeah, that's a cute name.
I like it too.
That's
Panarin's Bread Basket. So PBB.
Panarin's Bread Basket. I like that a lot.
Because Panera Bread. Oh. What do they call them? Bread? What do they call them? No, like just boys, not like the media.
I don't know what they call them, bro.
Yeah, but everyone's got names like Crides and Bucci and all that bullshit.
You're right. Yeah.
Pans? What do they call them?
I don't know. Panini.
Yeah, right. Bread.
I don't know, but just start scoring goals, bro.
Please, guys, for
just
the fucking
start scoring some more goals, and maybe don't give up every lead that you get. Like, can we go into the third period with a freaking lead?
And Keandre Miller looks legit, dude.
We didn't even get to talk about Keandre. We'll save it for next time. But he was good, bro. He was good. I told you, I'm pretty on point with my prospects. I tell you who's going to be good, who's not. I mean,
you've been blowing Hedel. He is playing well.
Hedel and watch Lundqvist. Lundqvist is the one.
Lundqvist, I was just going to come to that.
Yeah.
Lundqvist, you've been tooting his horn like a fucking maniac. So you're very high on that. You have a lot riding on that because if it doesn't pan out, we'll make you pay.
And Kakko is on the bandwagon with everybody else, but he's not. He's not done. He's not a bust yet.
The faith.
We're going to keep the faith.
He's tall, I guess.
He doesn't fall down that much. So.
Bye.
See ya. Peace.
I'm just going to put in the green screen, I'm going to put a picture of Panarin the whole time.
Yeah.